What is up, everybody? Are we on? Are we on here? Can you focus it? I guess it's in focus. All right, we gotta try to get it up a little bit more, like that. Oh. There he is, Hector. What's up, man? Hector, the moderator. I think that A Joe is about to. Hey, what's up, guys? Oh my goodness, it's great to see everybody. All right, so here's what we're doing. Quick update, we just hit 21,000 subscribers a second ago. Yeah. So fun. 42 people here. It is great. If you are here and this is like your first time seeing our live show, thank you so much for being here. Do you think the comments are scrolling on your face for everybody? Or no?
No, like, it's below, I think, because...
All right. Oh, yeah, how does it look? Yeah. So this is a segment that we do called Coffee on the Couch with Cody and Amber. It's a podcast, but we decided to record it live because it was too much to add to my... can I just take comments off of this so that...
Yeah, sure.
How do you do it? Maybe just... None. There we go. We decided to do it live because there's like too much for me to edit it. So it's going to be a half an hour long. It's a podcast. It goes on like all the different podcasting apps. We use Anchor and stuff like that. It came from when I was trying to do this hack and like make our videos longer to like see if YouTube would like suggest them or something. It didn't work at all. It was really fun though, so we decided to keep it. So it's a weekly segment, 9 p.m. EST on Sundays. And it is my phone. Like, we are not live streamers, so like it's my phone, and Amber looks at the comments on her phone a little bit. Huge shout out and thank you to our moderators. If you have time to check out our moderators' channels, do it. They're like us. They're vloggers, they're creators, they're people who are making awesome things. Like, they're all from the No Small Creator Facebook group, and literally 20 minutes ago, I got on the Facebook group, I'm like, we're about to go live for the first time to our 21,000 new friends, and like, what if it's mayhem? So we didn't know what was gonna happen. So they all popped up and like, and they're our moderators.
Do you have the camera on?
No, I didn't start this. Let me start this up. Check this out. New mic, the furry kind. How do you feel about that? Everybody feel good about that? Good. All right. All right, so that's recording and we're good. Boom. Okay, so
you're just gonna get right into it.
It's story time. It's story time. Okay, where should I start? We'll start at the very beginning, which is I was recording a response to Metal for Breakfast. This was 3 weeks ago. I was recording a response to Metal for Breakfast for my vlog. It was raining. I had just found this archway and to get out of the rain so I could record this response. And as I'm like trying to capture this water droplet like 40 times falling from this piece of wood, I wanted like a slow-mo shot of this water droplet. My phone vibrates and I record the segment. Phone vibrates in my pocket. I get my phone out. It says Peter McKinnon. You have a new DM from Peter McKinnon on Twitter. And like, my first thought was like, oh, that's funny. Like someone has an account that looks like him. And I pulled it out and it was actually Peter. And he said, very similar to what it was in his video. I think it was just like, hey man, come and make a video with me in Toronto. And I flipped out. I literally flipped out. I immediately pressed the record button on Twitter and just recorded like a diatribe. I mean, you saw part of it on his video. That was the real thing. Like I sent him it later so he could use it in that video. And freaked out. As I'm recording, I'm like, oh my goodness, like he might never talk to me again because I am crazy. And but then I was, as I was going, like I almost didn't send it, and then I was like, you know what? If he's gonna actually do a video with me, he needs to know that I'm an insane person, that I'm crazy. Like this is how I'm gonna be if I meet him too. Right. So he's got to know it. And so I sent it, and he got back to me pretty quickly and was like, I'm planning out my next 2 weeks. Let me know some days that work for you to come up. And yeah, that was how it started. Are there any questions that we've gotten so far that anyone feels like we need to answer? I would also like to point out the fact that my buddy, Ajo, from Toronto, just got me this mug, and it became immediately my new favorite mug, and it has a cool maple leaf in there, and it says A on it. I mean, come on. It says on it. How do you say this?
The first time.
Hey.
I get it now.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
The A part.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, most people are just saying hi.
Yeah.
You know?
So the reason we titled this thing Peter's Midas Touch is because I was actually just chatting with somebody who I only met since Peter, and he had subscribed to me at 8,000 subscribers, and I'm not sure like at what point that was, but before the collaboration with Peter, I had 2.7 thousand subscribers. No, 100. How do we say this? 2.700, right? 2,700 subscribers. And then now the channel's just over 2,100 and 21,000, and there's numbers, there's zeros and things, and it's hard to think about. And yeah, so I called it a Peter's Midas Touch because obviously, you know, when we'll get to this, but a bunch of people got introduced to me through Peter, and then some of them liked me and subbed. And so that's why I called it a Midas Touch. And so that we want to get into that a little bit, but let's continue on with the story. If you have a question, drop it in the comment, want to address it. All right. My mom just texted. She said, how do I get on Coffee on the Couch? So maybe text my mom.
Keep talking.
Let me grab a sip here. Also, I should say, I'm being louder than I probably... Did you shut the girls' door or no? Okay. The girls are asleep right upstairs. So, like, if I'm not loud enough for you, I'm sorry.
You're loud this time.
All right. Hopefully I don't wake up our kids, is what I'm trying to tell you. Set it up with Peter. Finally got it locked in. Were we on vacation when I locked it in? Like when he locked in the date?
No. We can't just come back.
We had just come back from vacation,
sure
so
if it was really gonna happen or not.
So yeah, I was, we were DMing back and forth, and right, we got back, right, and I had thrown out a date that didn't work, which I think was the 6th, and then I threw out 2 dates, which was like the whatever Thursday and Friday was, and he's like, I hadn't heard from him in a while. He was working on other stuff. I think he was like traveling up in the mountains or something, shooting that one vlog on Instagram, whatever. And heard back from him like 11:30 at night, and he was like, "Dude, lock it in, book it. We're doing the whatever Thursday was. What was Thursday? The 12th, the 13th, the 12th, I guess. 12th? I don't know. Yeah, the 12th, I think. And right, because Friday the 13th. So we'll do it on the 12th. I'm like, yes, this is awesome. And he messaged, what time are you coming back? What time are you leaving? And I'm like, I'll leave on Saturday the 14th in the morning. And he's like, oh, great, 2 days then, like 1 day in the studio, 1 day in the city. And so like, that was awesome. I was like, because I was expecting to get like 3 hours to shoot a video with Peter, and he's like, we'll do 2 days. And I was like, this is a very cool thing. This is a very cool thing. So right here, I want to stop and say, like, I am a very meta person. Like, I think about what I'm thinking about a lot. And when this whole time, like, communicating with Peter on whatever messaging system, Twitter DM, I'm trying to walk this fine line between being completely ridiculous, like, this is crazy, why are you talking to me? Of course I will do anything to come and collab with you. You don't I know you realize how big of a deal this is for me. And like, so the fine line between that and we're 2 guys who make videos on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I didn't know really like where to go. And even the whole time that we were making videos together, and then afterwards, like I didn't know where to go from like, hey man, thanks so much, great meeting you, to like, dude, you just changed the entire course and trajectory of my career and YouTube channel and like the way I think about social media and Instagram and everything. You know, it's like these two places to walk when you work with somebody who has that much influence. And so that was just a really interesting thing that I was thinking about. I messaged him that. I just told him, dude, I don't know really how to be. Like, I'm in this midway between ridiculous and chill, so like you're just gonna have to forgive me. I don't know how to talk to you about this. And he just didn't address it at all. He was just super chill. He's like, he like moved on to whatever else we were talking about. And I was like, all right, I guess we're gonna be chill then. So that happened. I left on Wednesday afternoon. So Peter had said right from the get-go, you gotta shock your audience and just like open your video in my studio, they will flip. And I was like, I 100% am doing that. That's amazing. And so I had to figure out how to shoot a vlog, since I'm a daily vlogger, that would work and like not really show me traveling to Canada, which ended up being like a 12-hour trip. So most of my day was traveling, and I didn't know what am I gonna do. So I thought of the idea of I can sort of do a little mini adventure, make it seem like a mini adventure. So that rock that I jumped off of, which was not a cliff, I do agree with all of you who pointed that out. I couldn't find I think there are cliffs there, I couldn't find them. It was probably 3 hours north of my house. So it was further than I kind of made it seem, I think. I don't know how that was perceived, but I just made it seem like I did this little adventure, right? And then I did record the night portion of that vlog about 20 minutes away from Toronto at a Tim Hortons, so that was funny. But it just like, it looked enough like Pennsylvania that I went for it. So, and it worked. So I don't think anybody knew. Thursday rolls around, I go over to Peter's office, grab some breakfast. I actually hopped on this live stream, the Creator Cast live stream. Danny Black it was a Google Hangout, I think. Danny Black had asked me to hop on and say hello to some people. So I'm sitting in the restaurant, in right next to Peter's office, and I was like really close up against the wall because there was Canadian flags everywhere in the restaurant. I didn't want anybody to know that I was in Canada because I wanted to be a secret. I didn't want to give it away. Peter came. I was like recording. I had to cut this all out of the vlog. Everybody drives a black truck in Canada. I feel like I saw 1,400 black trucks, and every time I'd be like, maybe that's him. And I'm like trying to get the shot of him driving up to his office, and thankfully did actually get the shot of his black truck. I probably could have just used any black truck. I should have just used whatever one and stopped recording. He couldn't find a parking spot. He told me to hop in. That's in the vlog. And like the first handshake, I was like, I think because it all kind of happened very rushed, and then I'm just like driving in a car, I was like, huh, now that's over. Like our initial meeting is over. And then from that point on, it was like meeting a person and seeing if you could be friends with a person. And that was radical. The insane thing, we talked about this right away too. I was like, dude, you're the same person you are here as you are on your channel. And he's like, yeah, I am. So it was, I felt like I knew him already, and that was really cool. And he said the same thing about me, is like, you're who you are. So it kind of gave us a little bit of a head start, and that's why the whole day just got really fun, because we didn't have to do a lot of like getting to know you stuff. We both kind of felt like we knew each other. That was a weird and interesting thing that I'd never really experienced with someone who I had only met in person for the first time. So I don't know. That's something.
You had like an online relationship.
Right, we had an online relationship,
and then you got to meet.
but it was like a mediated online relationship. It wasn't like we were like messaging.
Direct, right.
Yeah, right. So that was really awesome and crazy. Should I pause here?
I can't remember. It might have been Daniel asked a question about meeting, or no, somebody else. Somebody asked a question about like how is Peter, and so maybe you address that. Like
how is he in real life?
Like in real life?
He's legitimately the same exact. Like it's like hanging out with his YouTube channel. You know what I mean? Like if I don't know how else to explain it. He's that guy. He's that guy. He's that funny. He's that real and quick and kind of like witty. He's that guy. He's that guy.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what he's like. It really is that. And that's what he's like with new people too that he meets, you know, just out on the street. He's just like super casual and radical and funny, you know, and very funny. Okay, so met up.
How did it feel for you? Oh, they're asking me that question. We can talk about that more at the...
No, that's what I wanted to do here.
Oh, and someone asked, what I really wanted to say was, someone asked, was it hard? This was what Daniel asked. Was it hard to keep it from specifically the No Small creators? And I would say for sure.
It was the hardest decision. I talked to so many of my friends, like from college and from my community here in Pennsylvania, about like, what do you think I should do? Because in one sense, like, I would tell these people anything, like they've supported me so much, they've given me so much feedback, like they've helped me so much. I want them to know about this and sharing this. But in the other sense, I was like, I think they might all actually want to be surprised. They might actually like that better than having like this. So I was really wavering back and forth. I asked my business partner, Christian, and our cinematographer, Josiah, I asked them both individually, are you the type of person who likes surprises, or would you like to know about something cool that's happening, like a big cool thing that's happening ahead of time? And they both said, we like surprises. And I was like, I feel like that's confirmation. I'm going to try to surprise everybody.
So you surprised most people. We told our families.
Right.
We decided to tell our families, and then just a few...
And like our support group. You know what I mean? Like anybody you've ever seen me hang out with in a vlog, we probably told them. You know,
and
that isn't on YouTube.
Didn't tell you, that doesn't mean you're not part of our support group.
Right, that's true too.
It's not that we like checked all our...
Right. You know, I wanted to keep it as secret as possible. At first we were going to tell like 2 people, and then we were at this pool party and I told literally everybody because I couldn't stop thinking about it. And Amber, I want you to talk about like how did it feel for you? What was it like for you?
Yeah, I mean, I think for me, like
I'm gonna look at the comments while you talk about this.
Right. Leading up to it, I was like very excited. I think kind of the feeling even now is very surreal. Like, did that just happen? I think kind of it was like, could this happen? And Cody was also like, I want to manage expectations. You know, Peter just had a baby. Who knows what's gonna happen? Like, he said this. We don't know if it's actually gonna happen. So just, you know, who knows? Kind of be careful with how excited you get. But I think because I'm like newer to YouTube too, and I'm like just kind of understanding all of this, while there are people that like feel famous to me on YouTube, I just really came in with like, I had watched a couple of his vlogs and his videos, and I just felt like he's pretty normal. I knew he was about our age. Right. And so I was like, he's about our age. They have 2 kids. Like, he's very talented. Cody's talented. Like, this is cool. Like, the potential is cool. And I was excited that he reached out and, like, recognized Cody in this way. I think, like, when Cody left, I mean, we both felt extremely just, like, excited and grateful. Like, grateful that he recognized Cody, that he reached out to him. Like, we recognized, like, this is a big thing, a big deal. So I just felt really excited the whole time. It was like the best business trip that he ever went on, like, for me, you know. The girls didn't sleep well. I didn't sleep well.
I didn't sleep well either.
It wasn't great in that sense. But, like, I was just happy that he was gone. I was like, you stay as long as you need to. Like, make sure you connect with people there.
I'm going to grab some more coffee.
Specifically, like, we wanted We were excited about him being able to connect with Joe. Yeah, so I was just like super excited and super grateful. Still feel that way. Yeah, I mean, it's crazy, like new territory that I feel like we're walking into with all of these people that will be hopefully encouraged and motivated by Cody and like what he's doing. But I think what's cool is it feels like he just went on a business trip and got a new friend. I mean, who knows what like your relationship will look like from here on out. But
right.
It just seemed like you both have similar hearts, and Peter's message of his video was like, you know, like, do I even matter? And like your purpose is to like tell everyone like each of you matters, and
right.
you each have an important role in this world, and like go do what it is that you want to do,
right,
and get excited about it and just do it, you know.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it just felt like both of your hearts came out in your vlog and his vlog. Yeah, and so when I saw how many people thumbs down, one of them, I can't remember, it was like 100 some thumbs downs.
Yeah.
I was like, who can thumbs down a vlog that says, "Do I even matter?"
Peter,
but I'm not offended. I
right.
really recognize like the thumbs downs. They happen, and
you gotta watch my What is a Thumbs Down vlog. Just kidding.
I've watched all of the vlogs, many of them multiple times.
Yeah, that's because you're the best. For me,
yeah, hopefully that like kind of gives a little bit of a glimpse.
Does. It's a lot to try to cover, right?
Yeah, I'm grateful to Peter and that he reached out and recognized you in that way, and really grateful to all of the people that we like truly like love on YouTube.
Yeah.
like really feel like good friends with on YouTube, who like shared things, you know, like shared it on Twitter, shared it all over the place. Messaged us.
Radical.
Both of us, you know.
Right. Yeah, it was like, I mean, as it was happening for me. Okay, so let's get back to the story. Story, right? Peter didn't know that I had brought the unicorn. He had just like messaged earlier and was like, hey, it's really hot today. We should go out on my buddy's boat. And I was like, yeah, sounds awesome. So when we met up, we were up in the studio, just like talking, he was like charging up some drone batteries. He was giving me a tour of the whole thing. He had said we're gonna go one wheeling, and I flipped out because I had never been on one wheel. I was super amped to get on a one wheel. And he's like, yeah, then at like 1:30 we'll go out on the boat. I was like, oh, awesome. I brought this blow up unicorn that I have on my channel and a lot. And he's like, oh yeah, sweet, we'll bring it out on the boat. Like maybe we should tow you on the boat with it. Like just real like nonchalant. Like we could like tow you on the boat. And I was like, yeah, that sounds awesome. I mean, I don't know how that would really work. It's not a towable per se.
It says it like in big things, like not a tow, like do not do this.
Not for towing.
So I was like, the unicorn is dead if that happens.
And I was like, yeah, man, it sounds awesome. As long as this boat can tow stuff, like let's give it a shot. So like just a passing thought, you know what I mean? And we went out one-wheeling. He taught me how to one-wheel, which was awesome. One-wheeling was so incredible, and like I just need a one-wheel in my life right now. So if you feel like sending me $2,500 so I can buy, feel free to do that.
Yeah.
And went one-wheeling, came back. Like a lot of the vlog had been shot, almost all of it really had been shot. I kept saying throughout the day, like, okay, now I have 29 minutes of usable content. Now I have 37 minutes of usable content. Like I had so much footage. I was running out of space on my cards. I had other cards, but like I never hit 128 gigabytes. Like I never record 2 cards, and I was running out of space. And we're like, all right, let's go over to the lake and meet up with Tom. And so we meet up Tom. We had grabbed the unicorn. I'm like, it'll take me like 15 minutes to blow up the unicorn. So we're like just sitting around.
You had to blow it up by yourself?
No, I had the pump.
Right.
Yeah, I had the pump. And so I'm just like sitting there and blow it up. Go out on the lake. It was like super cloudy, but really cool, like a really cool feel, and like foggy over the water. And then that all eventually burn off, which is what mostly what you saw. But some of that like slow motion boating stuff, that was like the reason that looks super sick is because of that super soft light. I just loved it, and we were talking to Tom about that. TMI. Get out into the lake. Sun comes out. Peter's got the drone, right? And so unicorn's blown up. It didn't fly off the boat, though it tried to multiple times. And we, so we hop on the unicorn. We're just swimming, right? Peter's like, hey, I'm going to do an Instagram story. So I immediately think, but that's going to ruin the surprise in my head. And I was like, oh, he's probably not talking about tagging me. He's probably just like, no. So I thought two things. I thought, that's going to ruin the surprise, but I bet that would be really good for my Instagram channel. And then I thought, oh, I bet he's not talking about tagging me. He's just talking about doing a story real quick for his channel. And I'm like, do you mean tag me? And he's like, yeah, like blow up your Instagram. Let's try to blow up your Instagram. And I'm like, yeah, let's do that. So I made a split-second decision that like that was a fine time to release the fact that I was there. And because I knew it was so many of my current audience, I mean, probably all of them follow Peter McKinnon. Like the 2,700 people who were subscribed to me probably all followed Peter McKinnon. Like they followed him on Instagram. They were gonna see this story. And so he records that segment, which a lot of you saw, and I'm laughing in it. He flips around to me. It's me, like I'm not talking. I'm just like treading water and giving a thumbs up and just like smiling and like this is crazy, and drops it, right? So then I forget how it came up. I think he thought of it. I think he's like, that's gonna ruin the surprise on your channel tomorrow. I'm like, no, dude, I thought about this already. I would have told you not to do it had I not wanted to ruin the surprise. Like, this was the way that I wanted it to go as soon as you offered this as a possibility. You know what I'm saying? So I get back on the boat. I was like floating on the unicorn. I get back on the boat and my phone was just breaking. It was just breaking with notifications. I just had never seen that many notifications. It was insane. And I'm like, trying to figure out how to turn off notifications, but I kept on accidentally clicking on notifications because like they weren't turned off yet. And I just put my phone down. I couldn't operate it because I didn't know how to navigate it like that. And because, yeah, so get the drone out and we're like, let's get a couple of these shots, the pull out shot, the zoom down shot. So like, I'm just on the drone. At this point, I'm not on the drone. I'm on the unicorn. I wish I was on the drone. That would have made a good video. At this point, I think I had slept 6 hours in the past 72 hours. I was exhausted. Like I was, for those two vlogs that you saw of me with Peter, I don't remember the last time I was that tired. And, which was fun and funny because when I get tired, I get really silly and pretty creative, unless like I just pass out, which does happen too. But I didn't do that, though I almost did when we were drinking coffee followed by beer on the second day. And I hadn't eaten anything. I hadn't eaten anything.
Well, yeah.
That was a mistake. That was a mistake. But then we had those tacos. It was all good. But all right, back up. Drone's out, getting those shots. I fell asleep while he was getting those shots. I fell asleep on my unicorn, just floating. The current was crazy in that lake, floating. Anyway, they throw me the rope. They're like, all right, let's just give this a shot. The rope didn't have a handle. It was like a rope. And it didn't even float. Like it wasn't a towing rope at all. And start pulling me on the unicorn. And so the thing about a tube is that the friction of a tube on the water is just like much greater than you realize it is. So I was nervous that I wasn't even going to be able to do it. Like I wasn't going to be able to hold on. And I'm like, just try to go as fast as you can, as quick as you can, because the faster you go, the less friction there is, kind of like, I don't know, physics. But at any rate, they started going very fast and I was able to hold on and we got it. He got some shots like from the boat. then got some shots with the drone, and kept coming back and be like, let's just do one more. Like, I want to do a little bit more. I'm like, this is awesome, but I'm like switching hands because I'm holding on to like a small knot in the rope, and then he got that sick shot that we have in both of our. He let me use it. We have it in both of our vlogs, where he's like coming in as he's moving sideways, like, so we're both in frame, and then it's just the unicorn and me, and it's like, it was an amazing shot. I don't even understand how I got that shot, and he showed it to me and Tom, and we're like, dude, that is so sick. So that became like the crux of the vlog, kind of the coolest part of it, and it just was like not even a part of any plan that there ever was, and I just love that. I love that about vlogging. So yeah, then we went back, we got burnt to a crisp. Neither of us were wearing sunscreen. Tom somehow, maybe Tom already had sunscreen on, but he didn't get very burnt. Peter and I got burnt to a crisp. That was a bummer because I care about sun protection, and you should too. Got back. Oh, then we went and got something to eat because I think we hadn't eaten anything that day either. Because like you're just going. You're just going, and you forget that you're starving. Yeah. And what do we? I don't even remember what we had for. Because that's not on my vlog. All right. So let's pause for some questions.
This is gonna definitely be longer than the 30 minutes.
All right. I have much more of the vlog to do tonight, so we don't want to go too long. I got somebody coming over at 10:15. It's only 9:30. We're good.
Coming here?
Yeah, we're meeting here. You should be amped about tomorrow's vlog. I am so excited. All right, let's do this.
Bill asked a really great question.
Bill Miller?
No.
Okay. Different Bill.
Aside from the obvious implications of growing almost tenfold, what do you think this experience has done for you as a person? Your perspective on yourself and your new celebrity status.
Awesome. Yeah, no, Bill, great question, man. I think, right, so like the subscribers, the audience, that's all one thing, but the biggest thing for me, and I tried to convey this in the second vlog that I did, was that Peter and people like Peter have the same issues, struggles, doubts, and things to overcome every single video they make as us who don't have a massive audience, right? And like Peter wakes up and is like, I don't feel like vlogging, I don't feel like making a video, or Casey, whatever, like those people are just people too. They're people like us, not just people. I mean, there's no small person too. Hashtag no small person. Not just people. I'm just saying they're people. And that was awesome to me. I think in terms of when I was trying to explain to some of my friends who don't know Peter McKinnon, because they're not on YouTube, like what this means for me on YouTube, the way that one of my friends put it that I started using with everybody was like, it's like if you had a business and you went on Shark Tank and you got an investor. That was kind of a good parallel. And that's what it felt like to me. It was incredibly validating to have Peter reach out and say, come make a video with me. I felt like, oh my goodness, everything that I've been saying and doing was the right thing. And that's kind of what my vlog today, that I released today, was about, was like knowing the end, taking action toward the end before you know the end. When I started the vlog, like I had an idea in my heart and in my mind of what I wanted to do and what I was going towards and how much I wanted it to grow and how many people I wanted to be able to affect and maybe change and at least encourage to just get out there. But I didn't know for sure that I was doing it the right way. And I was using clickbait, like I used clickbait in a lot of my titles. I clickbaited Peter's name, I clickbaited Casey's name a bunch of times, and like got a lot of hate for that and got a lot of thumbs down and stuff. And like when you're doing that stuff, you're not sure. I felt like it was the right thing. I'm like, I think I'm doing the right thing, but you're not sure that you are. You're not sure that you're making good videos. You're not sure that your story's coming through. But that was when I got the DM from Peter, I felt like it was like a stamp of approval, like you've been doing a good job. You know, and I even said that to him. I'm like, even if the collab doesn't work out, like if for some reason he gets way too busy and we can't do it, I feel like this has changed something in my mind where I'm like, I'm doing the right thing. I'm doing this the right way. I'm building YouTube the right way in 2018. And yeah, that was the biggest change for me. Just like, and then today I told one of my best friends, Dave, who you may or may not see in tomorrow's vlog, which you should be amped for, that it just gave me more freedom to be myself. You know, I feel more okay with who I am and being me and just kind of like saying what I think, and it gave me validation just in my own, I think, life as well, which was a cool thing.
Yeah, I think for us too, like something that I've thought of is, you know, now that there's more people or more attention or more potential for more things, perhaps with a lot more subscribers, just being as a couple intentional, like I need to continue to be intentional to say, oh, I need more of you right now, or I need your focus, or I need your attention, or we need to have family time, or and I feel like our relationship leading up to this point has been like practicing that, and now maybe this is, you know, there might be more time where it's like we need to talk, keep the communication open and just being intentional. But
Viva has a sweet question that has just been pointed out to me. Thank you so much, moderators. Viva says, how are you going to feel about the idea that people are now contacting you not out of true appreciation, but out of celebrity status, affiliation, in an attempt to partake in the spotlight that you've earned? And I think this. I've thought about this, and it's in some way exactly what I did with Peter and Casey. Like granted, I do greatly appreciate Peter and Casey because they're the ones who taught me how to vlog just by being, you know, who they are. So it's not a direct parallel, but in other words, I was using their spotlight to try to grab some light for myself, right? Like that's in any vlog where I posted their names, that's what I was trying to do. And I was unapologetic about that. Like, I'm doing this so that YouTube shows my stuff to more people. But the reason that I am cool with the fact that now that might happen to me, and the fact that that's going to continue happening to Jack Conti, continue happening to Peter, continue happening to Casey, to you even, Viva. You know, like, I put you in the cinematic swaddle video without knowing you, just because I love that video and because you were showing your family. I'm getting sidetracked. What I'm trying to say is, it's gonna keep happening. If it does happen to me, I'm 100% fine with it, because I think without a foundation, without actually being a legit person, a legit creator, a legit servant, somebody who loves people and actually wants to encourage and bolster and like use their channel for good, I think like if someone does happen to get some of whatever spotlights on me, you know, onto them by using my name or reaching out or whatever, and they don't have that integrity core foundation built, you know, they will eventually crumble. And that has nothing to do with me. Like, it's just if they're a legit person, then great. I'm glad they used me to get some spotlight. If they're not a legit person, then that will become evident shortly, and
maybe they learned something from
right. Maybe they'll like turn into a legit person, you know. So like, I think no matter what, I think it's cool. What were you gonna say?
I was just gonna say, I think like again, part of like your purpose in life is to like encourage and support and uplift and motivate and teach people. Mm-hmm. And so anybody reaching out to you, regardless of like where their heart's at, that you are able to help. I think that's more my question, and I'm sure you don't know the answer. It's like, all these people already reaching out through Instagram or whatever means, you don't have the time to address every single person or address every single comment.
That's really hard.
Read every single comment. And so that's like more of the challenge that I see.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like hopefully any interaction you do get to have would be like just helpful to that person.
And pure,
whether, or like developing or
whether they were a good person or a bad person.
Right. There are no bad people. Well, that's a whole
Well, with
argument,
bad motives, you know what I mean? Or like
not the right heart.
Right.
Right, totally. Yeah, so I think that's kind of more my question. I personally, the only like thing that's kind of not set right with me. Sat right.
I think we all get it.
I get really tired.
Yeah.
Before
you're crushing
this
it, Ann.
happens.
You're crushing it.
The only thing is when people have said, "Don't forget about us." Like I followed you before Peter. Don't forget about us.
Yeah.
And I mean, for anybody saying that, whether whoever, you know, I just want people to know, because this is how I am. Like, I'm this like older sibling, protective kind of I want to like protect your character or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I want people to know that like you genuinely care about people,
right?
And like you wouldn't forget anyone. The amount of time you could dedicate to one person might have changed because there might be more people that are going to be asking for your time and attention.
Right.
But like that doesn't mean it's a forgetting thing. But
yeah.
I understand why they say it, but it just, I felt like that was the only thing going through this process where I was a little bit like, oh, I don't like that, because like,
yeah.
I mean, there literally was like one or two times where I like was going to comment and be like, he won't forget you.
Yeah. Right.
You know.
Right.
But.
Jay, I saw your text message pop down, but it's not coming up on my computer because you don't use an iPhone. It's not an iMessage, so I can't. You could text it again. I might be able to read it quickly if you have a question again, Jay. What I was going to say there, oh yeah, I think mostly it was tongue-in-cheek. I think it's mostly tongue-in-cheek when people are saying that. Like, don't forget us. I think that's just like what you say when someone gets like a big like Midas touch like this. Right. But I do think there's a little bit of, like, no, seriously, don't. And yeah, so every time I'm like, nope, I won't. Oh, Jay, it popped down and I missed it again. I was looking down. Sorry, man. Right, just keep texting me.
Copy, paste.
All right, so then day 2 happened. I went home. I had to go to sleep. After day 1, I had to go to sleep. I was sunburnt. I was completely exhausted. I had planned to edit the vlog that night because I was like, I really need to get this done and out on time. Try to read this.
If you could land any endorsement deal, what company product would it be?
Oh, that's a good one. Try to remember that. I got to get this done. Couldn't do it. I just went to sleep. I'm like, I don't think I actually went to sleep. I think I got in the No Small Creator Facebook group, and I was like talking to everybody because it was just such a cool, it's just such a cool thing to experience with all of them. And so I went to sleep at, I think, 12:30, woke up at 3:30 and started editing the vlog. I was an hour late on the vlog, which I was like kicking myself about because I'm like, it says right on my thing 7 a.m. Peter texted me at 7 a.m. and he said, slacker. And I love that. And I was like, dude, I'm almost done. Stop. Get off my back. So released the vlog and then went back to sleep. I slept until, we had planned to meet for coffee at 12, and I slept until I think 11:50, and then because I had for some reason got in my head that I was going to be able to walk to the coffee shop, and then I realized that I couldn't. Thankfully, Peter was publishing his, and it took him longer than he thought too. And so he was like, we didn't end up getting to the coffee place, I think, until 2 o'clock, and it closed at 2:30. Pilot Roasters closed at 2:30. And anyway, yeah, so he posted his vlog right when I wanted to leave, but I also wanted to record a reaction of me watching his vlog. And so I did that, and then that ended up making me way later than I thought I was going to be, and whatever. But it was worth it because his vlog just blew my mind. I couldn't. So you just have to realize when he said come make a video with me, my first thought was he means I can make a video with him. Like he'll be in one of my videos, and I was like, and that's awesome. Like I'm gonna get to say, you know, whatever with Peter McKinnon, and like that will bring views, and it's like an endorsement from Peter kind of. So I didn't assume that he meant he wanted to put me in one of his videos. And then at some point I figured out that he was, when he asked me to send him the video of my first response to him, and he's like, you know, so I can put it in my video. And like, that was the first time I was like, oh, he's making a video that I'm going to be in. I'm like, that's better. That's better than just him being in my video. And so then even at that point, I was like, okay, so it's gonna be some like bigger vlog about a lot of different small YouTubers, and like I'm just gonna be kind of maybe the in-person one, or even maybe there's gonna be more of us there. Maybe there's gonna be like 10 of us, and like we're gonna get to interview him or something. Like, you know what I mean? I just didn't know. And then he drops that vlog, and to me, it just felt like the whole thing was just focused on me, and I wasn't expecting that. And it just like, there's just something about, I mean, his skills are intense, right? So like to see yourself behind, you know, in front of the lens of Peter McKinnon in either photo or video, it just, you looked at, like, I didn't look like myself to me. I didn't even look like, that's not how I'm used to seeing myself on screen, because I'm used to seeing myself through my rig and like, you know, with my skills and like selfie style and like blown out and whatever. And so yeah, in my vlog, when I say like, what, you know, and I like recoil and I say like no or something like that, that's that shot on the tracks where like it like comes up and it's just like me standing there doing like a smolder. Like he's like, do a smolder. I'm like, I don't. And and I saw that shot, and it just blew my mind. I felt like I don't look like that. You know, it's just it was kind of a little bit of an out of body experience. Also, I was still exhausted. And so yeah, got that reaction. That second day was more like, I mean, it was actually, I was making a video. That was what I kind of expected. Like, I'm gonna make a video, Peter's gonna be in it. So he took me to Pilot Roasters, took me to Left Field. Then we went over to get the tacos, because for some reason I hadn't eaten anything that day. That was a mistake. And yeah, so you know, then we got to say goodbye, and he threw out that shout out to Harrisburg, which I absolutely loved. He was like, I would love to visit Harrisburg. Nothing more than to visit Harrisburg. And I was like, yeah, Harrisburg, represent. It is a great town. If anyone wants to come visit, we can, you know, maybe we can grab coffee on the couch. No,
It is
on a couch. Oops, I just spilled this. So yeah, that was that.
There have been a couple questions about like, do you feel more pressure? Like Gina had asked, like, how was it uploading your next, like your first vlog post Peter, in a sense.
Oh, Gina,
like,
great question.
And some people have said, have you felt more pressure now that you have more people?
Right. That for like when I woke up on, I guess that would have been Saturday morning to upload that vlog. That was because on Friday, I think I had gained 11,000 new individuals, people with potential to go and change the world were there. 11,000 of them were there. And like, that got to me in my head, and I was like, uh-oh, this has to be perfect. And then thankfully, because I'm at like 109.
Oh, we're
still
back.
Good. We're back. Sorry, that was a phone call.
Turn those off, I guess.
Yeah, I don't. But how do you? Anyway, I just realized no, and I almost heard Amber's voice in my head. No, it doesn't need to be perfect. It needs to be your vlog. And I was like, all right, then it's just going to be my vlog. And if all these 11,000 people don't like it, that's fine. Like, that's okay.
That's exactly what you said.
Well,
At the end
so,
of your vlog.
right, so that day then, I released that vlog, and then you know, Saturday was my travel day, and I wanted to talk about seeing the end, you know, in the beginning, and, thank you, and so I talked about that in the cornfield, and then you know, I got to that overlook after that crazy storm. That storm was so scary. I couldn't record it because I had to try to drive. It was the scary. I've never stopped in a storm before. I almost stopped in that storm. I think it's dangerous to stop in a storm because a car could like run into the back of you, even if you pull over on the side of the road. Because like we couldn't see anything. So I was moving like 5 miles per hour, just trying to see. Anyway, crazy storm. Got to the scenic overlook. I'm like, I want to say this one thing. I want to give people an out. I want to say, look, if I'm not for you, then like, please just, I appreciate you. I'm so thankful that you came and watched my Peter ones. Like, you gave them views. I hope you liked them, but you don't have to like me. You know what I mean? And that was, again, I'm a meta person. I think about what I think. And that was something that felt like, I just really wanted to get that out there, that nobody had to feel like, oh, because Peter likes this guy, I have to like this guy. Like, that's not how it is. That's not how it is. So I got to say that, and that was a really fun, you know, that was a really fun part. And then I got to see Amber.
Yeah.
And that was a very fun part. That was the best part of that day. And yeah, so
I think we should probably try to wrap this up within 5 minutes.
Okay.
Some people had asked
5-minute warning.
Some people had asked questions more about like us and like how do we do it being a family, and you know, I think we'll definitely, I mean, we can address those more.
Mm-hmm.
This specifically is more about like your time with Peter. Did you want to touch
Laying
on
the
it
law
all,
down.
like the
I like that.
The hardness like with friends?
Yeah.
And, like,
so something that, so my buddy Hector from Us Out Loud recorded this like amazing video called, I think it's called Shoot for the Moon, Code Man. If one of the moderators could drop the link, that would be awesome. But in that video, he's having a conversation with one of my best YouTube friends, Gina Walters, and in their voices, like, you can hear this incredible amount of excitement mixed with this like tension of I just want to be seen, like, and Gina says this in the video. She's like, and she's great at thinking about what she's thinking, and that's one of the reasons why I love her.
Right.
Is like, she knows what she's thinking. She's self-aware. Yeah. I love that. And she's like, I think what's hard is I'm really excited. I'm not jealous. It's just frustrating because when you see somebody that you love get a Midas touch like this, get a break, get noticed, you just think like, but I'm working really hard too. Like, he deserves it. That's what a lot of people are saying. He deserves it. I think that's a whole nother conversation, who deserves what, but he deserves it. He works hard. That's awesome. But I'm working hard too. I want to get a break too. And so I hear that. Like, I think that's one of the things that, for me, like, I don't think, yes, I am working incredibly hard. I've worked very hard on this vlog and trying to manage life and do all of the things, right? So that's true. Do I think I deserved it? I don't. I don't think I deserved it. I think that I had a foundation in place, and Peter and I clicked, our personalities clicked, and he saw that and he's like, yeah, I can make a cool video with that guy. Like, it wasn't really a deserved thing. It's just like, I am me, and Peter's like, yeah, we'll make a good vid, and he messaged me and it worked out, you know? So it's not a deserved, not deserved thing. It just, it's kind of how it happened, but the foundation was in place for it to be kind of what it became. And yeah, so go and watch that video. Please go watch that video, because if you're sitting there on your couch or wherever you are and you're like, oh, I just wish I could get lucky like that. I wish I could get that lucky break, you know, that Midas touch, that's someone to notice me. It's you know, I can't guarantee that it's going to happen to you, but I believe luck visits everybody, but it's the prepared that can capitalize on it, all right? So build the foundation, work like you know it's gonna happen, okay? And when it happens, you'll be happy that you did, because I think luck visits everybody. That's not to take away that tension or that frustration. Gina, Hector, like, I feel that, you know? I felt that for the last 174 days before I got that DM from Peter, and yeah, so I hear you, I feel you. I'm excited to continue to grow this thing with you. Let's do this thing. Let's do this thing together. Is that how we're how do we sign this off? I don't know how. Do we have
Let's do this thing together. That's nice.
That's what I always say, don't I? Let's do this thing together.
Yeah, I guess you did say. I just meant like together.
Oh, me and you.
Like.
Right. Yeah, I mean like with the whole community, whatever. Right. We do everything together. Amber and I. Yeah. So. All right. If we didn't get to your question, I'm sorry.
I mean, I feel like we could totally do another one of these at some point, but...
Yeah, I mean, well, we do this.
Every Sunday.
We do this every Sunday, 9 p.m. EST, okay? It won't always be a story like this. It might just be like we have a topic that we want to talk about and we get into it. It should be shorter. It should only be a half an hour. Sorry that it was an hour long. If we didn't get to your question... I'm sorry, come back next time, or drop it in a comment somewhere else, or tweet me, or I don't really know exactly how you should ask your question, but just keep going is what I'm trying to say. Please check out, if there's someone in the comments who has a blue wrench next to their name, they're doing cool things. Check them out, all right? Check them out. Actually, Hector's a moderator. Us Out Loud's a moderator. Go check out Us Out Loud. You'll see the video. It's like the 2 days back or something like that.
They posted it.
Super chat. Someone just said super chat. Yeah. All right. Let's do this thing together. See ya.